Hello and welcome to oddsmarket.com. I'm Natalie Rydstrom, and joining us right now is Stuart from tipstohq.com. We're taking a look at the final leg of the Bundesliga season and sort of having a look at sort of the key matches that will basically help those teams gain those much needed 3 points, either to get them in their Europa spot or save them from relegation. I think the first 4 spots are pretty much secure. We've got Bayern Munich number 1, Dortmund number 2, Leverkusen number 3, and Mönchengladbach number 4. Is that, from 1 to 4, is that what you're predicting, Stuart?
Yeah, pretty much. Obviously, the only one that isn't guaranteed right now is Mönchengladbach in 4th place, but I think they've got to lose pretty heavily, something like 12-0 in the next game for Mainz to actually get up into that 4th spot. So let's say that Mönchengladbach is safe.
Yeah. Well, the season is pretty much, I think, wrapped up for these guys. But I think number 5, 6, and 7, I think this is where the fun sort of starts to begin here. We've got Mainz 49, Hertha 49, and Schalke 49, all fighting for spot 5 and 6. And I think that one of the main deciders, obviously, is Mainz versus Hertha Berlin. And what a struggle I think this is going to be. My only sort of lean right now would probably be Mainz, just because of the home advantage. And obviously, they do come from that 3-1 Stuttgart win, which might give them a confidence. But both of them are really in poor form right now, considering that they need to win. Mainz is 2.15, Hertha 3.4, and the draw 3.7. What are you predicting?
Well, all 3 of these sides are guaranteed European football because you've got the DFB Pokal position, Europa League position. That's going to go into the league because it's Bayern Munich against Borussia Dortmund. So all 3 of these sides, they know whatever happens, they're going to get Europa League next season. It's just going to come down to what order. And for me, that's where it gets a little bit tricky. This Mainz versus Hertha game, that's a really interesting one. Mainz, they're the favourites. They're slightly better side throughout the season. They're very slightly better goal difference. But on the other side, Hertha have a really good head-to-head record against them. Mainz have won just one of the last 11 games played between them when the Mainz have been at home. So with that, you want to go towards Hertha.
Oh, really? Okay. I'm wondering on this one whether a draw might be something also to look for.
Yeah, a draw could be, well, it makes no difference for them really, does it? I mean, it's just whether are they going to end up in the qualification stages or in the group stage. That's the only thing. So it's, a couple of games difference.
Yeah. Now, next match, obviously, which is tough for both teams. Actually, we've got Hoffenheim versus Schalke. Hoffenheim are in 14th position. Schalke again, number 7. Schalke look like the obvious bet here. 2.2, Stan James.
Yeah, Schalke, they've got something to play for. Hoffenheim really don't, do they? They're safe from relegation. They're not going to go down. They're not going to play in Europe next year. They've got very little to play for, and Schalke are the only team that do in this one. So I tend to go with the side that has something to aim at, and for me, Schalke's that side. So I should think they'll get 3 points in that one.
All right, next match I want to have a look at is Wolfsburg versus Stuttgart. Stuttgart, unfortunately, they are down in 17th. One of the favourites, if not the favourite now, because obviously Hanover, they have been relegated. They can't pull themselves up from where they are. Stuttgart, they've got 33 points. It's a do-or-die match for them. And they are favourites, surprisingly, 2.5, Bet365. Can they get it done? Can they get the job done?
I don't know. I mean, as I said, I generally like to back the side that's got something to aim at, but I don't think VfB Stuttgart are good enough to get that. Wolfsburg, they've had a tough season. It's not been what they expected. And of course, Volkswagen's been hit by this massive controversy, and that's where they get a lot of their money from. So they're expecting a number of players to be sold over the summer. And I think maybe they'll just be looking at this as a last hurrah, and they'll want to round out the season in good form with a good game in front of their fans, because next season, a lot of these Wolfsburg players won't be there. So for me, I think that Wolfsburg are going to win, and that relegates Stuttgart.
I agree. And, Stuttgart haven't won a match in 8 Bundesliga. So to think that they can turn it around, I think, I think it's pretty hopeful. It does, though, present value for that Wolfsburg win. 2.6 William Hill. Quite a nice price there. Next match I want to preview, actually the final match, is obviously Werder Bremen versus Eintracht Frankfurt. Werder Bremen is another team sort of fighting relegation right now. 36 points in 16th place. What are you predicting from this match?
Well, Stuttgart can catch 2 teams at the moment. Werder Bremen, and Eintracht Frankfurt. So this is kind of perfect for them. If one side wins, then it gives VfB Stuttgart a little bit of hope. But of course, all sides will be playing at the same time, so they won't know they're getting an advantage. For me, this one is pretty tough. I think you've got Werder Bremen, who are currently not guaranteed to be relegated because they're going to have to play in that playoff spot against Nuremberg from the Zweite Bundesliga. But it could be tough. Eintracht, they could potentially drop down into that third bottom spot and so into that playoff place. So both sides have something to play for. Bookies seem to think that Werder Bremen are favourites. I don't know. I find this one's really tough, so I'm staying out of it.
Yeah, I agree here, and obviously both have got something to play for, so it makes it very hard to predict. But I think with given that Werder Bremen have their home advantage, maybe that is why they're leaning there. But let's move over now to the all-important questions here. Dying to hear your thoughts. So we've kind of like figured out first, second, third, and fourth. Who is ending up in fifth, and who's ending up in sixth?
I think Hertha are going to end up in fifth.
Okay.
So that puts Schalke in sixth and Mainz down in seventh.
All right. And now there's sort of the dreaded question, as it were. Hanover are out. Who's in seventh?
Hanover down. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Hanover are the Aston Villa of the Bundesliga.
They are.
Yes.
And then who's in 17th?
Then it's VfB Stuttgart. I don't think they're going to get anything. Then it's tough, isn't it? I think Werder Bremen may end up stay in the position they are. I can see this game ending in a draw, and that keeps Eintracht Frankfurt safe, and they know that right from the start. Whatever happens, they get a draw, they're safe. So yeah, a draw would be good for them, not so good for Werder Bremen. But they've got another chance in that playoff game to make sure they're playing Bundesliga football next season.
Exactly. All right, great stuff. That rounds off our Bundesliga preview. Do check over at oddsmarket.com for Stuart's full article. Link is in the description. Stuart, thank you for joining us.
Thank you.